Shawn Showtime Porter. So, do you watch film on your opponents? It looks like no one here watches film on their opponents. Any advice for the young up-and-coming generation in terms of where you stand and film, how important that is for you to get prepared for a fight?
I watched film. I didn't watch a lot of film because my thing is just how I'm built. I know a lot without looking at a whole lot. Guys say, well, the way that guy fought him is not the way that I'm going to fight. Very true. But you still can learn tendencies. You still can learn and see what kind of speed this guy got, what kind of style he wants to work with. Guess what? At the least, if you think, oh, he's a counterpuncher, now you get prepared for a counterpuncher and you get prepared for the other stuff as well. So I think that I always had to see my guy. I always had to see the way he looked, the way he blinked, the way he breathed, all that kind of stuff. What Luis was saying up there is really real. It's really real. You really need to know your opponents. Yeah. You really need to know your opponents. Because I don't know how he is, but once I go to visualizing my fight, how am I going to visualize my fight if I don't know how my guy looks, how he moves and stuff like that? So, I think that this is, those kids are still young. They haven't even been put in a position where they can find guys that they're fighting that has film, So, and I knew that going up there, which is why I kind of wanted to, tell him what you're bringing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, there's nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely tried to get them going, and the fans appreciate that from you, man. Especially, I see you from the biggest events like Canelo Crawford Fight Week. You was there, and you're doing quote unquote smaller cards like this, Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and you got your book. You carry your book. You really do your work, man. And I appreciate that from you. And just how do you separate that, and what does that mean to you to have the opportunity to be in a big atmosphere like Canelo Crawford, and then a small card like Manny Pacquiao Promotions,
man,
not go with top card?
I came into this thing working with Fox. I came into this thing doing some stuff with Spike TV, and even though the level lowers, your who you are stays the same, and I think that, again, just equate that to boxing. A lot of times when you've been fighting up here and you fight a lower level guy, you come to their level. No, you're supposed to make somebody rise, so that's my job now. My job is I'm still competing, I'm still a competitor, and my job now is to just raise the level of this promotion right here, and have fun along the way. So yeah, I put a lot of work into it, and I think truly that's what separates me. I have the ability to entertain, I have the ability to be analytical, and also have the ability to recall the numbers and things of that nature when needed. So. And
when sharing your experience and being a boxing expert now on this side of the spectrum of the sport, you're gonna have some fighters take it some type of way. The beef with Devin Haney mentions. Give me your take on what's going on there, and let the fans know, because he went real deep. He went as far as to talk about how I think he might have tried to insinuate you lowballed him during sparring when he was like 14 or 16 or something like that.
Lowballed him?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't know if he was. That's what he was insinuating or not. But he said you were paying something close to like 200 or 300.
I mean, I don't know. Going way back in time, but again, like, maybe Las Vegas is different from Cleveland, Ohio. But where I come from, I was sparring Kelly Pavlik for nothing. Now, y'all might look at that and say, well, that was stupid. Why was your dad putting you in the ring with somebody when you were 14, 15 years old and you weren't making anything? Well, I got to the point where I had those first couple of sparring sessions and they said, oh, he can handle it. Let's bring him in and let's actually pay him. We never had that situation with Devin. I don't want to really go back into the history. I'll speak on now. Now I'm proud of the kid. I'm proud that the kid is doing everything that he's dreamt of doing and all that kind of stuff. Keep raising your level. That's the only thing I'll say to Devin and his dad. Just keep raising your level. As long as you keep raising your level, there's nothing that me or anybody else can say. I come from the world of being critiqued, so I know how that feels, which means I'm very careful with how I select my words very deliberately, for that reason that I know how you're gonna feel if I say something the way I say it or whatever the case may be. So at the end of the day, I guess the last moment I'll hold on to with Devin was me being at the media room, Crawford versus Canelo, and he comes and he sits down next to me and says, "What's up, champ?" That's all. That's what I'm gonna hold on to. I'm gonna hold on the last time that you respected me and you looked at me and there was peace between us. That's all I need in my life is peace. So I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and if anything, I'm gonna just blame Fox. Fox told me you can't care about how they feel. You can't care about what they're gonna say. You have a job to do, and just doing my job, doing the best way I can.
And it's up for Devin Haney's amazing performance over Brian Norman. He pretty much dominated. He dropped him and everything. Just your assessment on that, and how does that change now a potential rematch? I know that I would imagine he won't like that Ryan Garcia fight. I know Ryan's got to handle business with it looks like Mario Barrios, but it's just that dynamic now after this performance between Devin and Ryan, the rematch. I think that's what the world wants.
Listen, man, Mario Barrios is no slouch. He's not an easy night for anybody. He's never been an easy night for anybody. I did have him losing that fight to Manny Pacquiao. I just didn't think he took control and did enough to win that fight. But he moves on. He gets a fight with Ryan Garcia, and Ryan right now is like in this weird space. He came off of an amazing fight, and then he just had a very poor performance. And he's like, who is he now? We know about the whole PED situation. Who is he now? And essentially that's what we were saying about Devin Haney before his fight with Brian Norman Jr. So I'm crossing my fingers that Ryan Garcia can handle business, for the simple fact that we know that fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia is going to sell the tickets that boxing needs. It's going to put that focus on boxing the way that it needs, and the promotion would be electric. And it's something that I think we all been wanting since the fight ended. That fight ended, man. Nobody really knew who won that fight, even though we saw Devin go down twice. In between those knockdowns, he fought very well. And honestly, man, just to go back to it, I'm inclined to say that he fought better in between those knockdowns than he did against Brian Norman Jr. and also his fight with Jose Ramirez. So Devin still has some getting back to who he used to be, but he looked really well, and really hoping that Ryan Garcia can handle his business. And listen, even if he doesn't get his hand raised, just like with the situation with Rolling, if you don't get your hand raised, it's not about losing, it's about how you lose. If he puts on a great fight and he just doesn't get his hand raised, still might be worth seeing, but I think the bottom line is my man got to handle business.
So there's beef with Devin. Well, last thing, what do you tell Devin just to clear it all up between you and him? And I know you say you're going to hold down with the way he acknowledged you. I couldn't look for a fight with, but you just want to...
Do your thing. That's what I would say, man. That's what I'm going to tell Devin. Do your thing. Don't worry about X, Twitter X. Don't worry about what people are saying on social media, what people are saying on a podcast. It's not going to stop you from being you. So don't let it slow you down along the way. Again, I'm not from the era of clicks and likes and bringing people to your social media and all that kind of stuff. I live in that space, hate it, but I understand that as well. You kind of say things and you get people looking. As long as people looking, you're able to make some money. I get that, but nothing but love here and nothing but respect here.
For sure. Last thing, pound for pound list, man. Demis, I would imagine he's back on that list after that performance.
Oh man, so now you about to get me in trouble because I don't know if I ever had him on the list. But here's my disclaimer: I hate pound for pound lists.
Yeah.
So here's my disclaimer. My top 5. Bam is in that top 5 now. Inoue has been in the 1-2 position. Terrence is in that 1-2 position. Has always been that way. Bivol and Alexander Usyk. I think that's 5 right there.
Yeah.
I think that's a justified 5. So back up off me.
Let's
put Devin on the backhand of that.
All right. Last thing. Give us a quick breakdown. Shakur versus Teofimo. It looks like it's gonna get done some point next year. Talk about ticket sellers. That looks like to be the match to make you want to sell tickets.
Teofimo is explosive. He came into the game. That's a part of his DNA, right? But if you don't learn how to control your DNA, you're just explosive. And so he's got to hone in on that, be precise against Shakur, and that's a 50-50 fight, man. I would honestly say 60-40 for Shakur because he's that sharp, he's that good defensively and offensively. But Teo has more than a shot. For Teo, I don't know if Teo can outbox him.
Yeah.
But Teo can definitely throw off Shakur. But again, control that. And then on the back end, what do you do? It's a really great fight.
Cool, Shawn. I appreciate this time. Like always, man, you always hook me up. I know you got to go. Great job today, and I'll let you get to the fans, man. I know you got to go. Thank you.